I would be lying if I said I didn't already film this video and then I put it into my computer and the whole thing was out of focus, but what I'm saying is really important, so I'm refilming it because I'm trying to be better. Hello everybody, if you are new here, welcome, thank you for finding me, and if you are coming back, thanks for coming back, I really appreciate it. I know I can be a lot to handle sometimes. So I'm back in my little newly spoopified corner, still with glasses, because I like being able to see. I'm still trying to rectify the whole lighting situation. This is a tangent off of my fat acceptance video. It's the flip side of that video. And it's about why I feel that the fitness and health community on social media is also kind of bad and also kind of sucks. I am very scared to film this video and post it. More so scared to post it than my fat acceptance one because there are a lot of very large and aggressive and quite frankly intimidating egos and personalities in this community. And I know if people see this and they don't agree with it, they're gonna let me know. Which, I mean, I'm opening up this conversation, so that should happen, but it's still just a little daunting. But it is a very important topic to talk about, and I think I should still do it anyways, so here we are. I have been in and out of this community since before I even started losing weight, to before surgery and to after surgery and so on and so forth. And so I've really kind of experienced it from both sides, and on both sides it affected me two very different ways. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. The real tea about this video is that I was going to film a different one today, and then the whole Gymshark thing happened. And I'm sure a lot of you already know what happened, but if you do not, I have a script again, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. If you don't know what happened, Gymshark posted a photo of an influencer named Nellie London, and she is in the body positivity, eating disorder recovery sphere, and her body is very what I would classify as normal. And Gymshark obviously has kind of cultivated an audience of very physically fit, for lack of a better word, shredded people, which obviously there's nothing wrong with that, like absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the way that this particular audience reacted to this photo really had me feeling some type of way. It pissed me off a lot, and here we are. So basically what happened was they posted this photo, and then So basically what happened is they posted this photo, and then the people in their comments popped off saying about how she was how she was fat and ugly, and how she wasn't what Gymshark represented, and blah 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 blah. And a lot of fitness influencers started calling them woke and saying that's the only reason they were doing it is because they wanted to be woke. And when in reality, I personally think they wanted to be inclusive, and they also wanted to make money because they're a business, and that's what businesses do and like doing, is making money. But I digress. When I saw what happened with this post, both on Instagram with the actual post and with commentary on it afterwards, it really solidified why I think that this particular realm of social media can be really bad. And more importantly, and more prevalently, hypocritical. My big thing with this whole Gymshark thing is, if you are going to preach a life of health and fitness and wellness, you should preach it and accept it and celebrate it at all stages and all forms. Because you don't decide to get healthy and then the next day wake up with a six-pack. That's just not how it works. With Nellie, she is very open about recovering from an eating disorder, which eating disorders, I have had a lot of you come and contact me on like Instagram and stuff and talk about how you're in recovery from an eating disorder. And I just think that is one of the most amazing and one of the healthiest things someone can do for themselves, is to recover from something like that if you're going through something like that. And so if these people were really preaching a life of health, they should be celebrating Nellie. They shouldn't be putting her down because her body doesn't look like she goes to the gym 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Like, that's just not, that's, this whole thing just really bothered me, and it really triggered me, and it really made me realize my qualms with this whole community. But yeah, Nellie should be celebrated, not put down, and that's that. So, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Why am I apologizing? My kind of story about how I got into the health and fitness and wellness realm of social media, I got into it even before I started losing weight, and even before I really wanted to start losing weight. I just always knew that it was something that I should do, and so I followed a lot of people that did. And this is when I found like Obese to Beast and Jordan Shrinks and like a lot of them, and I consider them to be like the good side of this whole sphere. But I also saw a lot of people that made the whole idea of weight loss and getting healthy seem very unattainable and very unrealistic. And that made me feel very overwhelmed. And with certain people, the manner in which they conveyed their message and with such conviction, it made me think that what they were saying should be taken as gospel and that their way was the only way. And that got to be very, very overwhelming. But it was balanced out with people like John and Jordan and many others. So I eventually made the decision to get weight loss surgery and have lost about 115-ish pounds. As of like 6 months to a year ago, I kind of delved back into this whole community because I started stalling and I wanted to find new ways to make me unstall. And that's when I started finding more and more people, which I believe to be very not great and kind of toxic to just the average person. Because I was just being yelled at to eat grass-fed meats and vegetables, and that processed foods were the devil and should not be touched and should be avoided at all times. They were the forbidden fruit. You should not touch processed foods at all, regardless of their nutritional content. So having that kind of preached at me at a vulnerable time when I was actually struggling with weight loss and weight wasn't just coming off of me like it had been, made me very obsessive over everything that I put into my mouth. To the point where I had to like delete apps like MyFitnessPal and stuff like that because I would be within my calories for the day. But if I was over in my carbs or over in my like fat, even like just a little bit, I was still obsessed with that and would consider it a bad day of eating, right? And that became really unhealthy and obsessive, and I'm really happy that I caught myself because I think it could have developed into something really bad, but it didn't. I would contribute a lot of my thinking towards that as coming from certain figures in the health and fitness community. And then, just to add fuel to the fire, right, I was coming at this as someone who had had weight loss surgery and someone who was successful in weight loss surgery and had kept her weight off for about a year at that point. And then they all just started shitting on weight loss surgery and how it's the easy way out and how it's not right and blah, blah, blah. And that just added insult to injury and did not make me feel any better. And that's a very abbreviated version of my story with that. But I feel like it sums it up pretty well. And this is a good time to kind of go into why I personally think that it's just toxic and unhealthy for just normal, everyday people in general, for the most part. Is because this whole community and sphere kind of creates an idea of a healthy body and a a stereotypical ideal of a healthy body. And it can make you think that if you don't look like that, then you're not healthy enough and you're not doing well enough. Just because you're not like super shredded, like doesn't mean you're not healthy and doesn't mean your body's not healthy. And honestly, I would say that like it is an issue for men and women, but I would argue that it is more of an issue for men because that whole ideal of a body that's like super shredded and super ripped and like no body fat and whatever is so prevalent and is so what is like the only thing out there in media. Another issue that I have and kind of from personal experience is that if you're finding these people, you're probably finding these people because you are looking to embark on your own health and fitness journey. And so you are aware that you might not be the most physically fit, the most healthy person on the planet, right? You already know that, you've come to terms with it, so now you're looking for help. Imagine your dismay when you find somebody that looks like they know what they're doing because they have this like great like shredded body, and this video or Instagram post is literally just screaming about how fat people are bad and leeching off of the healthcare system and how you're gonna die by the age of 45, like, and all this stuff. You already know the health risks that you're running if you've come to terms with your weight and health. So you don't need to hear it from some gym rat that probably, most likely, has not struggled with their weight like you are. And I just don't think that is a good thing to be putting out there. I don't think it works. And I don't think it helps people who do need to get healthier. I think it is super counterintuitive and stupid. And on top of screaming at you about how fat and unhealthy you are, then they try and sell you their fitness and training programs or a supplement they really like, which, I mean, supplements are fine. I use protein powders and stuff, but like fat burners and fit teas and shit like that. And I have tried Fit Tea before, okay? I've been down that road. And yes, I lost weight, but do you want to know why I lost weight? Because I was peeing more. And yes, I didn't eat as much food, but do you want to know why I wasn't eating as much food? Because I was drinking more water. Because that's literally what tea is. So the screaming about how unhealthy people are and just putting them down even more, like, it just doesn't do anything and it doesn't work. No matter how much conviction you have behind it, it just doesn't work. Because chances are that person has heard it more, like, so many times in their life that, like, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. Or it just makes them feel like shit about themselves, which also does not work. So, sorry. The way that health and wellness is presented through these people is, it makes it seem very unattainable and very overwhelming and intimidating, in that it is portrayed by super complex meal plans and super complex meal prep, which meal prep is great. Like, I meal prepped all the time, but like it wasn't nearly what some of these people show. And maneuvers in the gym that nobody really can do or probably should do. Like normal people should not be doing that kind of shit. Like, it could hurt you. Seriously. They don't stress how just making small, sustainable goals can be just as effective, if not more effective, and can create huge results. Like, I can't tell you the difference that I saw when I just cut out really high calorie drinks and fast food before I even had surgery. The difference that I saw in my health and my weight loss in that time when I cut out just those two things made such a huge difference. And Kroger chicken, cheap. It's bomb, right? And I think that's another big issue, is that it kind of makes it look, oh, I lost a pumpkin. Here we go. It's back. is I think some of the meal preps and the meal plans that they come up with are made with crazy expensive ingredients, and I think that's where the mindset of like losing weight is like, I don't have the money to lose weight, because these people perpetuate this, and they say that you need all these crazy supplements and you need all these crazy foods and everything has to be organic and grass fed and like all this stuff, when like, yeah, that's nice, but like it's not necessary to lose weight. And it's not necessary to be healthy either. Obviously, with all of this stuff I am saying, if you personally are training for a goal, let's say like a body competition, then sure, some of these people would be great people to look up to and to follow, maybe. But even still, people who do compete in body competitions and are bodybuilders come out and say that what they do for prep is not healthy or realistic in any way. And they say that it's only good for prep reasons and to be competition ready. But the average Joe might not see that part of it and think that what they are doing is what they should also be doing, is what he should also be doing. Average Joe, hypothetical character. He thinks that what bodybuilder dude over here is doing is also what he should be doing, because he missed the part about bodybuilder dude saying he only does it for prep and he only does it to be competition ready. I think this whole community as a whole obviously is not bad because it's promoting health and wellness. I just think the way a lot of people go about promoting health and wellness is not realistic, and it's not attainable, and it is very overwhelming for the average person. And that's why I think channels like Obese to Beast and Jordan Shrinks, like I mentioned before, are so important, because they teach you how to keep it real and how to keep it realistic, and how to just keep the weight off and not have to buy crazy foods to do it. Honestly, fun fact about me now, I'm going to see a nutritionist, because I had such a flawed relationship with food before I lost weight, and now I just need some guidance. And I don't find that guidance in the health and fitness community anymore, nor did I ever really, because it stresses me out, right? And it makes it super overwhelming, and I just don't like it. And I hate to bring this up so often, but it was just a really big moment, and it was really cool to have his opinion on stuff. When Obese to Beast reacted to my video on his stream, one of the things he said was, don't let perfection get in the way of good enough. And that like really struck a chord with me, because I think we all should kind of think like that. Because so long as we are in a caloric deficit and we are moving more, that's all that matters. Like, you're gonna have success. And just as long as you are making the changes that you want to make, and it's healthy and sustainable, it's valid. You don't need to do any of this crazy shit that the health and fitness community preaches. And you don't need to listen to the screaming shirtless man telling you how fat and unhealthy you are, because you're not ripped to the gills, right? And I think that's the term. I don't fucking know. You just don't need to, because like however you choose to get healthier is good and it's valid. And as long as it's healthy and not hurting you. And that's all I really have to say. I think we all just need to learn to be kinder to each other, and I think we can also all agree that social media just kind of sucks in general when it comes to like health and body stuff. And yeah. So that's all I really had to say. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, join the fam. It's getting real fun over here. And this is Polly. She made an appearance in my other video. So here she is again. She's so cute. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, she hates me. Yeah, that's Polly. So subscribe for more Polly. If you liked this video, be sure to like it. And all my socials will be linked down below if you want to come find me and talk to me. But yeah, that's all I gotta say today. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.